Ooh, so much excitement. So much to share with you guys about Leaders Retreat and just all the announcements that have been made. There were just so many, and some folks at home were messaging me while we were there and saying, I'm a little bit overwhelmed because there's just so much stuff, right? So, hopefully we can break this down for you tonight and really help you out. Poor old Barb is still on the beach, in Florida. So, we'll just try to live without, we'll just play the violin for her. But she was holding up a giraffe with her finger last time I saw her on social media. So that was really good. Good for her for being able to find that time. You never know, she may jump on. It's hard to know. Sometimes the reception's sketchy at resorts and stuff. So I actually did create a PowerPoint to kind of simplify things so that we're not just gabbing at you tonight with points that you may want to make. And as you know, I am recording this, so hopefully that will be helpful to you for future reference. And also, if you have teammates who aren't able to make it, you're going to encourage them, of course, as per usual, to jump in and make sure that they watch the recording so they're up to speed on what's going on. So I'm going to just maximize this, share my screen, and talk you guys through this PowerPoint, hopefully. Here we go. So I can still see you guys somewhat. Oopsies, sorry. Oh, these toolbars that pop up when you do this, it's really annoying. Oh, brother. There we go. The computer is not cooperating. No, that's all jammed up. It's almost like it's a screenshot. Okay, I'm gonna try this again, guys, sorry. No, it's still doing the same. Is there something I'm missing? Oh. No, it won't let me do anything. This is kind of annoying. It won't even let me do anything. Sorry guys, just give me a sec. There, and I'm going to get out of that, I think. No, I'm not. I need that. Okay. I have a few things open. That's probably the whole issue. Sorry, I normally do this beforehand and I forgot because I was running around. As I don't exit Zoom, I think I'm okay. There, this should help. Okay, let's try this again, shall we? A few guys over here. Sorry guys, let's just take a second. I hope. Okay, there we go. Julie, can you unmute yourself? I just want to make sure people can see this. Tammy, can you unmute?
Yeah, I got it. Sorry. Yes, I see Plexus logo in the middle of your slideshow. Oh, and yeah, full screen. Lovely.
Yay. Okay, I can't see you guys at all, so just unmute yourselves if there's something I'm missing or if I say something wrong or go too fast. So we went to the convention, Julie and Barb and I on our team, but on our entire Freedom Revolution, on our sideline, on our upline, there were a lot of us. I think there were 40 of us there. And we, at one point, actually were all in the same room at the same time and had breakfast together. Krista hosted us for breakfast that very first morning. So that was wonderful. And from there, we just were sort of in our little people pods, kind of navigating around the almost 12,000 people that attended. But this, for both Julie and I, and for Barb as well, this was our very first Plexus convention, despite the fact that it's not our first year in Plexus.
And Anne.
And Anne, pardon me, yes, and Anne. And we really drank it all in. It was incredible. And maybe we can go over just some of our takeaways at the end, but I don't want to miss out on sort of the main points. So in the event that you've never seen this slideshow before, it is in your back office and you can actually manipulate it and change it. It's not a PDF. It comes in PowerPoint. So if you were doing a launch event on your own or a sip and see and you wanted to create a PowerPoint, there's some awesome graphics and that kind of thing. I just took that one from our virtual office and made my own sort of for this tonight, and have made different ones for different things that we've done since we've launched in Canada. But this is the official sort of look that we can use. Don't have to, but I like it, so we're using it. I just thought it'd be nice to start with our mission statement. We enhance the health and happiness of those who support, promote, and use our products. And that's really what the whole convention felt like all the time, just this culture of unanimous love for health and wellness. It was just amazing. So we know that these have been our current products. We, have our Plexus Slim, our flagship product, and all of our other products that we enjoy. Many of us take most of these, if not all of them. But these are the ones that we officially have in Canada that we can purchase. But we are really, really lucky because all of a sudden we have a meal replacement. Now I have to say, when they first said meal replacement, I kind of went, oh, what? Because I really thought it was going to be a cleanser to go with Joyome. But the more I've read about this product, the more excited I'm getting for Plexus Lean. And, I looked back on my notes. That was one of the spreadsheet that I just minimized or got rid of, was my old follow-up spreadsheet, which I've reenacted, I guess, re-engaged with, and was looking through my notes on there just to see, what kind of conversations I had with people since I last looked at that particular method of follow-up. And there were actually quite a few people that I talked to who were looking for meal replacements. So I've actually gone back to those people. But it does give us yet another gateway. On our team, we talk all the time about gateways. This is another new gateway in which to reach out to people. And often people talk about, they don't like meal replacements because they're gritty and they have an aftertaste and all of those things. I have tried this product. Julie, you have. Barb has tried it. I'm not sure if Anne had a chance to try it, but it is not any of those things. It's not gritty. It's not, doesn't leave a yucky taste in your mouth. And I had it both mixed with water and mixed with almond milk. So it is really nice and rich and yummy, and it looks yummy on the GIF here, but you can actually grab that off of your email if you want to. That's where I got it. But it comes in a bag of powder, and it's a vegetarian meal replacement is what it is. And I want to just show you through now this is not a very nice graphic. It's actually taken from a picture, but we will be able to get this. I'll be able to get this better done up in future, but we've just been home for maybe 48 hours or something. And I just kind of put this together. So why is Plexus Lean better? These are some talking points that you can use. It's made of a pea and rice blend, of protein blend, which is awesome. And oftentimes pea protein is what is related to that grittiness. But in this case, it isn't, because it's mixed with the rice. It has a proprietary digestive enzyme blend, which is pretty unique. And we talk a lot about digestive enzymes in Plexus, in particular, as we relate to our gut health products. So this is yet another gut health component. It's highly bioavailable in terms of its vitamins and minerals. Bioavailability is the absorption rate, or the how much absorption actually happens with the product. So we know that our vitamins and minerals, just like in our X Factor Plus, that they're being absorbed because they are highly bioavailable. There's a prebiotic fiber blend, which I haven't done a lot of research on, to be honest with you yet. I'm just sort of starting to look into that right now. But I know that is the reason that that it's a meal replacement, as opposed to the P96, which is more of a snack on the go. So this prebiotic fiber blend creates that feeling of fullness and makes you stay satisfied longer. A prebiotic is different than a probiotic because a prebiotic actually feeds the good bacteria in your lower intestinal tract. And that's actually what we also have. It's called XOS in the Slim. So it's kind of neat that this prebiotic is present also in lean. Again, gut health. It's really incredible. I'm really excited to sort of dig in and figure out what is this fiber blend. It was alluded to by Ome Darling. She's quite well known in Plexus for being a product specialist, really. And she was sort of hinting around about the fiber, and they were talking about this fiber blend. And we'll be sort of bringing that more to the forefront as we dig into this product and learn more and more about it. But we do know that fiber is really good for us. It helps to balance out any sort of food so that we are using the sugars in the food properly, so we digest properly, and so we feel full longer. It's 100% vegetarian, which I love, and it's free of all common allergens. Yay! So there's no dairy in this product. So if you're dairy free or lactose free, excuse me,
or nut free. Pat talked to the scientist herself. It's free of all nut too.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. I don't know why that's not in the slide because this is a slide from convention, but yeah, so it's free of all allergens. So all your common allergens would be soy, dairy, nut. So that's awesome. And it's like all of our products, it is non-GMO. And we know that it's sourced properly, and we know that it's plant-based because it's vegetarian. So,
can I just
yeah.
Sorry. When we're talking about the proprietary digestive enzyme blend, it's really important to stress this at conference too. It's not a shake that you're going to mix and drink like in an hour, 2 hours later, because the enzymes are going to start breaking down the protein and it's going to taste really bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he said drink it as quickly as you can sort of thing, but within the first 20 minutes. Yeah, thank you, Barb. Nice to see you away from the giraffes, or maybe they're in the video. I can't see you. So yeah, really looking forward to digging more into this and doing more research. But yeah, thanks for your input, girls. So this is something that was mind blowing to me, and I didn't have a dry eye for any of the sessions because I was just so impressed with whether it was the training, the inspirational speeches given by ambassadors just like you and me, and also this. So Plexus is constantly doing charity work, and right now their focus is Feeding America, which is an organization in the U.S., and they actually presented a check for $100,000 US to Feeding America and to their spokesperson at the convention, and also announced that they're going to be donating one meal for every single serve packet found in lean to Feeding America. That's 14 meals per bag. And the first afternoon that the lean was available on the website, they sold 9,000 bags. If somebody wants to correct me, they can, but I'm sure that's what was said. And that means 14 meals at 9,000 bags is 135,000 meals that were donated that first day. So you can, in addition to the $100,000 US check. So I think that's a really wonderful talking point for all of us as we're sharing about this company that we're so in love with and we trust and stand behind 100%, is that we are sharing with people the charitable work that this company is doing. I think that's really important. Does anybody want to add anything to that? Did I miss anything?
I'm sorry, I missed it, but right now it's to an American organization, but they're going to expand into Canada.
Yes.
So that can be part of your talking point as well.
Okay, thanks. Awesome. All right, so there is another product that we are not going to train on at this moment. It's not yet available in Canada. It doesn't mean you can't talk about it to US people because they're going to be able to purchase it. But it's the new Hunger Control Slim, and it was for sale there, and some of us were able to purchase some. And we'll do that in a training in another future time because it will be available to us, they said, in some months from now. Originally, when it was announced that there would be Hunger Control Slim, it was announced that it would be in the fall of next year, so 2019, and that this fall, 2018, is when they would be launching it in the US, but they launched it at convention for the US. So we're hoping that might mean that it's sooner for us, but the only holdup for us is Health Canada and making sure that they've crossed all their T's and dotted all their I's, because we want to do this right. And that's why we took our time getting into Canada. And I'm personally glad that we did it that way, because we can stay if we do it right. Awesome. So I'm going to move on now to the June incentive. This is really awesome. Okay. So for any combo of preferred customers and ambassadors, okay, there are 3 incentive prizes leading us into the Leaders Retreat contest. So, ambassadors, sorry. So you'll notice like there's a beach bag, there's this floaty thing for the pool, and there's a beach towel. So this would have been in your email as well. So any combination of ambassadors and preferred customers up to 3 will earn you the beach towel. 6 will earn you this floaty thingy for the pool. And 9 by the end of June to get this beach bag. Okay, that would really jumpstart the incentive to earn this cruise that we're going to talk about in a second. But when I say any combination, that means that so if you're going for the beach towel and you're going to get 3, you could have 2 preferred customers and an ambassador, 3 ambassadors, 3 preferred customers, like any combination of 3. The only thing is all ambassadors must order a welcome pack if they're going to order. So they can't just order random products. They have to be commission qualified with a welcome pack. And all preferred customers must have 75 PV or more. Now, next week, we're having our 7-day slim challenge. And if you have a PC purchase a bag of slim, that's one of your 3. So our timing on our 7-day is very, very good. And you're going to see that the posts that are going to go in that 7-day challenge page are going to complement this incentive and setting you up really well so that your people in the 7-day know exactly what's going on and exactly what kinds of products are going to work for them. We're really going to work this well, guys. We're really going to coach well, and people are going to have a great time in that 7-day. So this incentive is really fun, but remember, this is just for June, and it's to set you up well so you can start gaining points for the Leaders Retreat incentive. Okay? So I'm going to keep going here. And Legacy is the name of the Leaders Retreat trip this year, which as I was sitting beside Julie, she pokes me in the arm. She goes, it's a cruise. I'm like, what? I didn't even understand what it was. People were freaking out, but I was like, what? Like, I didn't get it at all. I do now. I've done a little bit of digging and have figured it out a little bit better. But yes, this is a cruise.
Tanya?
Yes.
No, I just want to say I was like holding my phone waiting because I knew that any minute they had to be announcing it. And I was waiting for you guys to say something. And Julie types and says, it's a crisis. and I read it really, I looked, she corrected right away, but I looked at it, I'm like, crisis, what's happening? Like, are they announcing it? And then she said, and then it said cruise. And I was like, oh, but it was like, it's a crisis.
It's a crisis. It was a bit of a crisis. It was like, what? That's hilarious. I'm glad you told me that. Okay, so I would like to show you, because it's just easier to do it this way. Can you guys see the Legacy thingy again?
Yes, we can.
Again. So this is just, you can find this in your virtual office. If you just go to your dashboard and you click on this Legacy thing, you can look at the flyer, the prizes, the contest details, the rules and regulations, and all of the above. But I thought we could just look at the highlights. And if you're on the call right now or you're watching this as a replay, please understand that this is within your reach. You've heard us talk about this before. Barb, I was going to say Judy because I see your name, Tammy, Julie and I all achieved Leaders Retreat our first year, and there's no reason that we couldn't take a whole bunch and claim a bunch of beach chairs on this boat on our team. There is absolutely no reason that we couldn't. And how did we do it? We did it by putting our heads down and just working and doing all the things that we're laying out and all the things that Krista is posting in Freedom Revolution. If you're looking at other, you're looking for inspiration for other leaders within Plexus, not even necessarily on our team. The leaders in Plexus that set these simple systems up know what they're doing. So we don't want to try to reinvent anything. Let's keep it as simple as possible. Do the daily things that are required. Okay. So I'm just going to, the minimum number of credits you need to go is 900. Okay. These other little thingies are prizes that you can win. So there's cash, there's a shopping spree, there's a private reception, there's cruise cash, there's a cabin upgrade. So there's different things you can win. But in order to go, you minimally have to have 900 credits. So let's talk about the different ways that you can earn those points to add up to 900. So there's new ambassador enrollments. That's one way. Another way is new preferred or retail customer enrollments. Okay. Another way is your personal volume. So that's the product that you buy and that your customers buy that gets you your PV every single month. So if you buy a balance pack every month, okay, then that gets you commission qualified and gets you just over 100 PV. And every single thing that you purchase yourself or that your customers purchase after that becomes PV as well. So you can actually gain credits from that, okay? If you have personally sponsored new ambassadors and they stay qualified the following month, meaning they have 100 PV, you get 2 extra credits for retaining that ambassador. So that's a really good incentive for you to retain your people, take care of your people, which is something we need to be doing anyway. It's on your IPA sheet, your income producing activity sheet, as something you should do every day. It should be something you're checking off and filling out. If you're new and you don't have anybody yet, fantastic. Focus on the talking to new people instead, okay? If you have personally sponsored customers who repeat order again the next month, that's another 2 credits, as long as it's 75 PV or over, okay? So that's another way to gain some points. If you develop silvers, this is really cool. This is new this year. If you develop silvers on your team, if you develop a level 1 silver, you get 20 credits. Okay. If you develop a level 2 silver, so your level 1 would be somebody you sign up. But if there's somebody that they sign up, then that's 15 credits for you if they become silver. And as down as far as level 3, so if that person helps somebody go silver, you get 10 credits, pardon me, for that. So 3 levels deep, you can get credits on silver. Now, if you look at this box here, it says personally sponsored retention bonus. For every month following your personally sponsored silver ambassador rank achievement, receive 10 credits per month when they maintain their silver ambassador pay rank. So if you help somebody go silver, yes, you still receive 10 credits for them retaining their silver. Isn't that awesome? If you rank up, so if you go silver, you get 50 credits. So not only does the sponsor get the credits, but the ambassador gets the bulk of the credits, which is awesome, okay? And down through the ranks. So if you rank to gold during this, which you definitely can, if you're not even silver right now, you could go gold before the end of this contest. Tammy Allaby, you were silver when you earned Leaders Retreat the first time.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I started with, I can't remember, 1 or 2 ambassadors, but they were just customers. The 1st of June, I went silver in June, and then I earned Leaders Retreat, and then just after I earned gold before the end of August.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? Yeah. Amazing. And you can see all the credits kind of climb as you head toward Emerald, of course. Okay, let's go back up to see how many points you get for each level when you enroll ambassadors and customers. Let's finalize things with that tonight. So if you have level 1 or level 2 ambassadors, so that means I sign up Sally, she's my level 1. Sally signs up Billy, he's my level 2. I get 10 credits for each of those. as long as they have a welcome pack. They have to have a welcome pack purchase in their first 30 days, okay? My level 3, though, let's say Billy, I think I called him Billy. If he signs somebody up, that's my level 3. I get 5 credits. And then on my 4th level, that guy's person, I get another 5, okay? Let's look at customers for a second. If you have a personally sponsored, preferred, or retail customer, you get 10 credits. But you even get credit for your team's personally sponsored, preferred customers or retail customers. Did you get that? So they don't have to be my customers. They can be customers of my teammates. So let's say my new level 1 gets me 10 credits. So that's, I personally sponsor a customer, sorry. My level 2 gets a new customer, I get 7 credits. My level 3 gets a preferred or retail customer, I get 5. And my level 4, I still get 3 points. They need to have 75 PV or over. That's very, very important. Okay? So we've gone through all the levels of how you can earn. But remember, the most important thing you want to be doing is growing, because growing is what's going to get you there. And it's what's going to get you closer. Whether or not your goal is the cruise, if you do these things, you're going to grow and you're going to rank up and your business is going to explode this summer. And we see it happen every single summer with people. It is amazing. I'm just going to stop my share. So again, like, you can find that in your virtual office. I will put it on the team page for everybody though, so you can see it as a file. If you're thinking, there's no way I can do that, this is what I want you to do. I want you to turn that around and I want you to say, I'm going to do that. How am I going to do that? This is how you're going to get with your sponsor or with somebody on this call whom you're really excited to talk to. And you are going to create a plan. You're going to goal set. You're going to figure this out with your sponsor. It's really, really doable for everybody, because we're all starting. Like, it doesn't matter what rank you are. You can do this. You can be starting fresh. You could just sign up today. I noticed that, I can't remember. It was on Rock the Pink Live last night. Michelle Thomas said something about, I think she posted and said, who's going to join me today for a chance to win a cruise? And that is truly where we're at with this. I think maybe you haven't heard me say this before, but my first summer that I won Leaders Retreat, or earned it, sorry, you don't win it, you earn it. The first summer, I literally didn't know how I did it. I didn't pay any attention to the points. I had no clue. Now, the second time around, I knew. But the first time, I just was working hard. I just was enjoying my business. I was really excited to talk to people about it. And I just talked to as many people as I could. And that's really what this is about. It's about sharing with people. So I've been yammering on here for 25 minutes. What I'd like to hear from is maybe, Barb, could you give us your takeaways or anything that you've gleaned from this?
From the conference or from the training?
Whatever, your takeaways, whatever floats your boat.
So Tanya is talking about how each and every one of us can earn it. I truly believe it. The first time I earned it, I did it without any intention, not trying, because I didn't know what the heck I was doing. Okay. We didn't have training like this. But when I came to conference, my spirit was broken. When I arrived here, my plexus spirit was totally broken until I went into a room with 12,000 like-minded people. Crazy. The energy, the spirit, everything that was there. And then listening to the speakers and listening to people build us up, saying, you can do this. We're a great company. We're, build a legacy. You can do it. And John Maxwell said, take the bull by the horn and do it. So if you don't believe in yourself, find somebody who does believe in you, because they will feed into you. They will build you up bigger than you can possibly imagine. And personally, I think you're on the best team, because we have crazy leaders who love us passionately and feed into us every single day that they reach out to us or put postings. So jump on a train, we're catching a flight, and we're going on a boat.
Woo! That was good. Thank you, Barb.
And I'd show you my giraffes, but they're all gone to bed.
That's wonderful. Thank you. Julie, share with us.
I just can't even, like, so, like, oh, she just took a picture. I'm going.
I did. I'll tell you later. We'll all smile.
It's all good. It doesn't matter, because, like, I always look crazy, especially right now, because I am just so pumped about this. I can't even. Okay, so let me then, rather than repeating myself, let me tell you this. We will all go through self-doubt. That is a guarantee. So there's no point ever in thinking, how am I going to avoid that? You're not. So you need to be ready with, this is what I'm going to do when it hits. Okay? It's just like the kids that I work with and I talk about, you're going to get angry. You know, somebody's going to cheese you off in class today. You're going to get angry. What's the strategy you're going to use? We have to prepare ourselves. So, like, I promise you, you're going to have self-doubt. And so am I. So even though I'm like near buzzing with excitement right now, and I'm messaging like a crazy woman, and I'm like, like at some point in this contest, I'm going to be like, oh, what am I doing? I already know what I'm going to do. I have a list of strategies, but one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to picture the crowd that I saw. I am telling you, there was every freaking walk of life in that crowd of 12,000. Every single age category, every shape, every size. You had like country girls like me, all the way up to the plastics and everything in between. Men, women, like it was unbelievable. Like, so this is real. You don't have to be a certain shape, size, color, background, energy level, speaking skill, like none of it. Like, what you have to do is decide that you want to make it happen and go after it. That's all there is to it. And the proof is in that room. I'm telling you, every stinking walk of life. Crazy, the people. Like, it was just crazy. So, pull up your bootstraps, Get out your pen, and just do it. And when you have that self-doubt, go to your strategy or reach out to somebody on the screen and say, I'm having a moment, and we'll pump you up. Okay? Like, because we can totally do this. I am freaking getting my ass on that boat. That's all I'm telling you.
Love it. Thank you, Julie. So that electric feeling that you're hearing, like I said, you know, I bawled like a baby in every session. Now, you guys have all seen me cry on Zoom once, but if you spent any time with me, you'd know that I wear my heart on my sleeve. Like, if I get mad, I cry. If I'm sad, I cry. When I'm happy, I usually don't cry. Depends. But I'm not a bawl baby, but I do get really involved emotionally. I said to Barb at one point, I said, why did I wear my contact lenses? This is a waste of time. I'm going to have to throw them away, because it was just so, like, I knew I was in the right place. That it confirmed and reaffirmed for me that we are with the right company and we are doing the right thing. Okay. And like Julie said, I came back so fired up. And I always message a lot of people every day, but I feel more strongly postured. And you don't have to have gone to have that feeling. You can get that from us. Okay. The wonderful training that we receive, we're going to be rolling out to you in bits and pieces over the course of the next while. So get ready for that. I would plan on making a date to be here every Tuesday. If we do Facebook Lives, don't ignore them. Watch them. Take note. Not because we have everything to say that's smart. We're literally telling you what we were told. Okay? When Melissa Eichenhorst, top leader in Plexus, got up to speak, now I know every single one of her videos. Like, when she opened her mouth to speak, I could have closed my eyes and I would have known it was Melissa Eichenhorst. That's how many of her videos I've watched. And multiple times, by the way. But when she got up and spoke, the things that she said were simple, but I needed that reminder, and to be in that context really helped. We can now bring that back for you. So not trying to be bossy, not trying to tell people what to do, but I'm telling you, like Julie said, pull up your bootstraps, because if you want to come with us, we're doing it. We are. And we want as many of you guys to come with us. And I'm not talking about the cruise when I say that. I'm just talking about we're doing this, like beyond the cruise. Okay? I'm not really a big, shiny, object-driven person, which is why I didn't know how I earned a leaders retreat the first time. I'm going to be really honest with you. I'm motivated very simply by my why. So I really want to see you guys come with us. So make sure you jump onto the training. Make sure that you're coming, to see the Facebook Lives or whatever. If we post a video or if there's a graphic or if there's whatever it is, stay engaged with the team and comment on things. Contribute. It's not because we want to see all your, putting your fancy hearts on our team stuff. It's because we really want to see people engaged. Our community is so good, guys. We have a really good community on our team. Like, I know people on our team who have teams this size and they get one person out for training, or they sit by themselves for an hour waiting for their team to show up. We don't have that issue. We have incredible culture on our team. And I'm really, really proud of that. So let's keep that rocking right through the summer. Don't allow summer to become an excuse. I'll do it later. My kids want to go to the beach. I'll do it later. Like, you can fit this in. You guys, today, I invigilated an exam. I couldn't be on my phone when I was doing that. That was first thing this morning. And then I had kids doing presentations from 11 o'clock until 3. And then literally over 1,200 plants arrived at my school, and I had to bring those all in and had a parent committee come, blah, blah, blah. Sarah had brownies. I still sat down when my kids sat down to watch their show. Before this training, I sat down and I filled out my IPA sheet, the top half, which is the important half, which is the reaching out, the following up, nurturing my team, all of those things. So that's really, like, I'm not saying that I know how to do everything. I'm just saying, like, you can do it. If you really want it, you have to want to do it. You can't create barriers and obstacles and excuses. You can't, because it needs to be done consistently. And if we look at this in terms of a 4-year career, okay, you work really hard for between 2 and 4 years to benefit long-term instead of working really hard for 40 years. Like, which way do we want it? I know which way I want it. And I think I know which way you guys want it. So I really would ask you to jump in and just come, because it's going to be awesome. Okay, everybody just smile. If you're not showing your video and you can't, that's okay, but the rest of you smile. I'm taking a picture and it's going up. There you go, kids. Awesome. Okay.
And my very sexy lamp made it in the picture. I'm very excited by that.
All right. Now, I think so we're heading right into our accountability training now. So if you're in that group and you want to stick around, or even if not, feel free to stick around, but we're just going to jump right into that training next. And so I know that we've been talking about goal setting and really pushing through here. And we had everybody fill out their list of 64. Sorry, I'm reaching for my binder here. And we've been working on, there's my top half of my income producing activity sheet that I did tonight, that I haven't had time to do the rest, but I've done the important piece. We've been working on our IPA sheets, and also lots of just very simple systems that we're talking to you guys about doing. This week, Candace and Tara Leavitt are doing a launch party in White. Where are we going, Tan?
White's Cove.
White's Cove. I knew there was white in there. We're going to White's Cove. I'm going to find it. Thank goodness for GPS. Nice hat, Barb. And we're going to go to White Cove. we're going to go to White Cove and do a launch party. So if you're looking at a simple way to get in front of people and to have them try the pink drink, a really great idea is to do a launch party. And it doesn't have to be like red carpet launch party. It can be like Melanie, you did one recently on PEI where you filled your mom and dad's living room, because that's where you know, some of your team was there. So it just made sense to do it in your home base. And, you know, we had some great conversations and really planted some seeds there, and it was a lot of fun. So this week, Candace and Tara are going to do that. It can be, you can do it in a hotel, in a banquet room, or you can do it in someone's living room. You can do it in a church basement. You can do one at work. You can do them anywhere. If you're interested in doing one, like I'm thinking Erica, where you're kind of remote, like I can zoom in and do one, no problem. I've done that before, and it was actually a lot of fun, and a lot of virtual jokes and all that kind of stuff. But it's just an opportunity for, like, I can share my screen, do a PowerPoint, real quick PowerPoint on the products, give my testimonial, you give your quick testimonial. Like, it's really simple to do, but that's just another way to get in front of people. And usually if you can get people to come out to your living room, you're going to get people either on the verge, on the cusp of signing up, or they're going to sign up. You're going to get them that much closer. The other thing is, people you get out to your living room are people who are going to, you know, they're people who care about you. So maybe more than your cold market or people who you haven't seen in 20 years. So that's one strategy that I would recommend. I'm looking around the call here, and a lot of you haven't done that yet. So if you're interested in doing that, it doesn't have to be called a launch party. It can be called a sip and see. And launch doesn't have to mean 5 minutes after you start your business. I've never done a launch party. I could do one. Julie, you could do one. Absolutely. So, but the most important thing for everybody to be doing, honestly, is taking that list of 64. So last night we had everybody write down 16 names, 4 in each quadrant of the list of 64. Let me grab that. I'm going to show you the example I used last night. Sorry. Whoa. In my Facebook Live. If you haven't had a chance to watch it yet, make sure you go to the accountability group and you watch it, because it kind of explains in a very simple way how to use this list. This list is one you're going to want to keep going back to. It's one where you're in the middle, and then it has your 20 people who need the business, 20 people who would rock the business. So they might not need it or the products, but they have a huge network with lots of influence. We talked about, you know, people who have lots of influence. It doesn't mean that they you know, push power on people. It means they post something about, the analogy I used last night was about a mud puddle, and, you know, 150 people like it, and everybody comments on this mud puddle, right? That's a person of influence. Or a person whom you know that always lights up a room and everybody wants to sit next to them at the party, or, you know, they want to have them go in their car if they're carpooling or whatever. That's a person of influence. That's a person of social influence. And that's what this is all about, because we are relationship builders. People buy you. They don't buy Plexus. People trust you. You're taking them on a journey through your posting and through your relationship building, through conversations on the side or on the phone or whatever. Okay. 20 people you're afraid to talk to. Your fear list, your chicken list, sometimes we call it. And we all have that. And then 4 people that you have influence over. So people who love it when you walk into the room, the people who always like your posts, the people who, you know, invite you out for a walk every week, or, you know, we want to be around you in some way, shape, or form. And that can be family, that can be friends, that can be anybody, okay? But what we said was, don't try to create 64, make 4 in each. Now, one of them is actually only 4. But so start with those names. And you're going to fill in your IPA sheet with those names, and you're going to get things rolling. You're going to talk to people every day. The more you talk to people about Plexus, the easier it gets, the more fun it is, and it just becomes awesome. So Erica, you're nodding your head up and down. So tell us a little bit about why you're doing that and putting you right on the spot.
That's okay. I find, in the beginning, I found it harder when I didn't know a lot about it, but now because I've talked to more people about it, especially after I did that show that time, where it was like in the morning or whatever, they had like a thing. Anyway, so I had done a table there. And so, especially being by myself, I was forced to be the only person to talk about it. So I had everything, and I spent time like the night before, even, making sure I knew exactly what I wanted to say about each product, that people asked questions. And so I'm also learning more about the products, even though I sort of know it because I've done it, but to actually speak it and say it out loud was different. And the first couple of people, I felt like I was like, like a little bit, like just sort of like find the right words and not really sure. But once you've said some of this stuff a couple of times, and you're like, you just do it, and it flows, and it's a lot easier. And yesterday was an event even with the girls. Danny was doing track and field regional event, and I'm sitting with a lady, and I've talked to her a little bit about it before. She's one of the girls' friends' moms, but she never bites. And she didn't yesterday either. But she sat and actually listened to everything I had to say. Whereas before, she kind of was like, would change the subject. She didn't want to hear about it so much. Whereas I talked more about the business as opposed to the product yesterday. And she just listened. So, you know what, whether anything ever comes of it or not, it doesn't matter. But I was very comfortable in that setting, having that conversation. Whereas before, I wouldn't have said anything.
Right. Awesome. That's so good. So I'm going to put this question out there. How do you reach out to somebody about the business? So think about that list of 64 and think about like when I'm not looking at the right sheet of paper. 20 people who would rock the biz. How do you reach out to a friend on how do you approach them about the business side of Plexus instead of the pink drink or the new lean or the Joyome? How do you do it? What do you say?
Well, it depends on whether they need the business or I think they'd rock the business. How I approach them, it depends on why the business for them. So if it's somebody that I think needs the business or could benefit financially because they're struggling, I reach out with all the possibilities about how you can supplement your income without it affecting what you're currently doing now. So if they're working, a minimum wage job, say, I don't know, Tim Hortons, McDonald's, whatever. Listen, I know you have a busy life and I know that you want more for your family. And I just want to tell you that there is something else out there and I'd love to tell more. Know that it's not going to affect your life as you know it right now, but it can add some perks to it. And usually they're intrigued by that. So that's where you get the dialogue back. If it's somebody because I know that they would totally rock the business, it's usually I approach them based on their personality, what I love about them, what other people love about them, why I think they would rock the business. And I said, you're not being I don't want you for a minute to think that you're being a salesperson. I just want you to share like you would about a great hairdresser, great restaurant, a great recipe, because people love to hear what you have to say. And I think that you have a lot of potential and it's going untapped.
Awesome. I love that. I like the idea of speaking to the personality. If you've not yet looked in your or your virtual office, sorry, I keep calling it that, in your virtual office at your rank up roadmap, take a look at the personality type test that's in there. It's good to know who your fun seekers are, who your fact finders are, who your go-getters are, and who your nurturers are. So and there's a color that goes with each one of those, and that's a whole separate training. But you always want to keep in mind the person you're talking to, and complimenting people and making them not being fake, but complimenting people is definitely part of the prospecting process. You want to make sure that you're letting people know, like, why are you asking them this question? Because I reached out to you because, like Barb said, right? That's important. Last night, Marilyn had messaged me and she said, because she has somebody new who's really working hard. And she said, how can you explain again to me how you would reach out to somebody who you haven't talked to and Julie, whom you haven't spoken to in 20 years, but you were close with them 20 years ago? So that's my next one I'm going to put out to this panel. 20 years ago, you knew somebody really well. You haven't really talked to them much. You're friends on social media, maybe even recently, but you want to know, what do you do? You really want to reach out to them. They might be on one of those 4 lists. How do you do that? They might be on product. They might be on influence. They might be on need the biz. They might be on chicken list, fear list.
I actually recently reached out to somebody that I haven't talked to since high school, probably. We were actually neighbors growing up, and I hadn't talked to her since. And I seen her name pop up in somebody else's thing as a friend, and I thought, okay, how? And I did the same thing. How do I reach out to her randomly out of the blue? And what I do is, hi, how are you? Oh my gosh, I just saw your name on so-and-so's Facebook. I didn't even realize it was you at first, like kind of thing, and was like, how are you? What's going on? What's happening in your life? Where are you? And that's kind of, and I spent probably a week to 2 weeks reaching out to her, not necessarily every day, but 2 or 3 times in the same week, and just asking about her life, talking about her life. And then at some point in time, I was like, oh my gosh, I was just thinking about you. I'm using this great product, blah, 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 you know, and went from there and introduced it. And she actually asked me recently, we were talking, and she was asking more questions about it, and I sent her a sample last week. So I reached out to her again today just to see if she tried it yet, because she said she hadn't tried it, and she still hasn't, but she's like, I've been so busy. And anyway, so I'm still working on it, but she reached out for a sample. So I sent her a sample. She's in Alberta.
Nice.
So
that's awesome. Are there any other suggestions on, like, what if you had this person from 20 years ago and you knew that they would rock the business and you just wanted to cut past that other piece? Can you do that?
I'm going to say that people are not going to jump in, so I'm going to, yes, and you lay it out there. Hey, Carla, listen, I know we haven't talked since like graduation. Holy cow, was it ever a long time ago? Can you believe it? So like, I know that you were on a path towards pharmacy and I was on a path towards teaching, but you'll never believe what I'm doing now. I am doing this amazing health and wellness gig. I cannot believe it. I did not see myself doing this, but like what I have learned is incredible. And I am telling you, you would so rock this. This is a total match with you and what you want out of life, because you blah, 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 blah. Listen, I would love to pick up the phone and chat with you for about 10 minutes. We probably need a few more minutes than that, just because, you know, we're going to want to catch up for a minute, but like, is there a day next week or later this week, depending on when you're doing it, that we can just catch a phone call together? I just want to catch up and tell you about what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. And you could even tag on that with, you know, and it may not be for you. No pressure, no worries about that
right.
at all.
Yeah.
Right.
I got to get better at that. I got to remember to add that in.
Yeah. Oh, no worries. No, we're just on the fly here. But you want to make sure that you're giving them an out all the time, but also asking for a date, right? You're always extending an invitation if you're going to be prospecting that way. So yes, it's okay. Is it always okay? Depends on the person, depends on your past with them and all of that. But I've done both. Like, I love Erica, like how you said, you know, oh, I saw you on so-and-so's wall, and wow, I almost didn't know that was you. Has it ever been a while? Hey, you look amazing. You know, whatever you want to say, the compliment's really important. What are you up to? It's just, you're opening up. That's an invitation for all kinds of conversation. And then on the other side of things, I've done the other where I've said, I don't want to waste any time. I got to tell this person, like, I need them now, right? And they need to know this right now. And do people always take you up on the phone call? Nope. But often what they'll do, because they're a part of your past and they're a part of your, what we're going to call your warm market, they will say, I don't think that's really for me, but you know what? I don't mind chatting with you about it. I'd love to talk about it. And then you can pivot to the products. And if they don't want the products, pivot to the referral and offer to send them a sample. So I've done that different times. Usually at some point in the pivot process, they'll jump on, okay? In terms of the referrals, you're kind of putting it on them, but by offering them a sample and to send them something as a thank you, you're really sort of enclosing the trust, I guess, if you will, and letting them know that you see value and you appreciate them taking their time. And then of course you keep that relationship going, because they're going to join you at some point. They're going to become a customer or something. I'm going to give you a quick example of that. There's a girl that I grew up with, and I do see her from time to time when I'm up visiting my mom. But I had reached out to her just in that way, like, I really need to talk to you about this. You would be so good at this. You have such a big heart for others. You're so smart. Like, you would rock this. Can you give me 10 to 15 minutes? That's all I need. If it's not a good fit for you, no worries. Like, so I asked for the appointment. I let her know it was okay if she didn't say yes, blah, 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 blah. Well, she said no to the opportunity. We pivoted to the products, and she said, you know what, I really would feel selfish if I took those products, because that's money away from my family. I just can't. And there was no point in me pivoting back to the business, because that's like saying this. So instead I asked for referrals, and she did refer people my way, which is kind of neat. So a girl did end up buying Joyome, and then she contacted me and bought a bottle of BioCleanse in the last week. So decided, you know what, I need this, right? So, there's just so many different ways you can reach out to people, but the words need to come from you and they need to be authentic to you. If you want at any time to send a message to one of us on the team and say, will this work? Can I try this? Does this sound silly? What should I add? What should I take away? Like, do that. I get all kinds of messages from people every day asking me if they think that's an okay message. And I send messages to people on this screen and ask them what they think of my message all the time too. So that's something you can do. Sue's just mentioned something. I reached out to my ex-husband's fiance last week. I was kind of anxious, but we're still talking. That's awesome. Good for you. Like, that would be a fear list for me. That's really good. Way to go, Sue. So get your list of 64 going. I bet you'd have lots of great conversations with people. That's super. Very super. All right, so let's talk homework from this training, okay? And this video is going to be available on the accountability group and also on the team page. So if you're watching this on the accountability group as a replay, or if you're here with us tonight, the homework is going to be that you are going to screenshot one message that you send out to somebody on each of those lists. So that's going to be 4 messages that you're going to screenshot as your homework. Okay, that's 4 messages, isn't it? Yes, that's 4 messages. I thought there were 4 quadrants. Losing it. Send those 4 messages, like, just screenshot them and put them. And you know what? You'll feel so incredible after you send them. And it's okay if you get right out of Messenger after you send them. It's totally okay. I don't know if you guys have ever done that. You send a message, you're like, and then you just like close it all off. I've done that. And even better is, if you're feeling so bold, is to call people on the phone. Hi, Sally, listen, I'm sure you're on the fly. I know I've only got a couple of minutes here, but I just wanted to call you before I was leaving the house, and I wanted to talk to you about this. So there's nothing wrong with calling people on the phone and doing this. I do that far less than messaging, far less, like 5% phone calls, 95% messages. But I do use the phone sometimes. And I definitely use the phone after I've asked for the phone call, obviously. So have I missed anything? Is there anything anybody would like to ask or say?
I have
I have a question.
Oh, go ahead, Melanie. Excuse me.
So I watched the video for the 64 contacts.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat down and had no problem doing 3 out of the 4 of them.
Yes.
But I'm having a time figuring out 4 people I have influence over.
Hmm.
And I don't know why that is. I don't know. I just don't quite know how to figure that one out.
Okay.
So, Melanie, your friends who look up to you, your siblings, your family who love you and follow what you do either on Facebook or in your life with your family. Those are people that you have influence over. And I'm sure you have lots of those, or you wouldn't be going to PEI.
And some of those would be on the list that have already joined you, right?
I was going to say, I already have 2 of my sisters on there and still working on my sister-in-law.
Which is really amazing, to be honest with you. Like, I have no family on my team. I'm not very influential in my family. But I don't. I just, family has, and I have a huge, if you only knew, like, I could go diamond with my family. My mom had 15 siblings, and they, like, the lineage on that family is just out of this world. But I have no family on my team. So that's wonderful. Like, you went right for that list first. Like, you actually, I think that's one reason why you're having trouble.
That might be.
Because I mean, look at Jeannie and Carol and who's your other sister? Erica. And you and your friends who are in your living room on PEI that day, those are your people that you influence. But maybe you need to go another layer out, and you need to look to your past a little bit more. Think about like you are such a good speaker, and you're so charismatic, and all the drama that you've done, and all of these people that you have been around and poured into, those are the people that probably should go on that list. That's just a guess. I don't know if that helps you at all.
Well, it gives me a little bit of a different way to think about it.
Okay.
So, thank you.
Yeah. It's like peeling the onion back always with this business.
Oh, just the other ones filled up so quick, and I got to that, and I'm just like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I know what you need. Good. Well, I'm glad that gives you another way of thinking. And then if that doesn't work, come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
You're very welcome. I appreciate your asking. Erica, you were going to talk.
Yeah, I was. Sorry. I had a couple questions. Will there be a welcome pack with the lean in it at some point? No, did they mention anything?
I know that there was a meeting today with the Jewels in Canada and just about the corporate thing, opportunity.
I wasn't sure if it was something that might have been mentioned, or especially where we're advertising it now, and if you're signing up new people and they want to try it, then, but you want them to do a welcome pack, right? So I wondered if that was going to be. And I actually have a second question. The other one is referring to the Joyome. If people sign up as a preferred customer, it's 60-day supply. Do they get it every month? How does that?
No, it's not going to be a subscription that comes every month. I think we're waiting on an answer from that.
Okay, that's what I wondered too.
Unless somebody knows something else that I don't know.
So there's only like retail or ambassador. There's no preferred with Joyome.
No, there is a preferred. It's just that it's no subscription, and I don't know how exactly that's going to work. So
okay,
and see, that's when I said, like, when I really and truly did think there was going to be some sort of Joyome compliment, if you will.
Yeah.
And that 1 month you'd get the Joyome, and the next month, you'd get 100 PV or your whatever on these complimentary products to Joyome.
Yeah.
So that threw that theory all right out of the water, didn't it?
Yeah, I just wondered, because I said we always tell people use 3 ways to purchase, right? But then when they talk about Joyome, because I have had some girl I've been talking to, and I didn't want to say to her anything, so I've only said retail and welcome pack, and I didn't mention the preferred customer because I wasn't really sure if there was a different rate.
Well, we do have the preferred pricing on Joyome.
Is there preferred? Okay, there's preferred, but it comes every month. Is that?
It can't. I mean, I don't know the answer to that. I'm hoping.
So there's preferred, but how do you become a preferred customer if you don't have an auto shipment of it?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know yet. Does anybody else know?
I don't know, but I'm making the assumption, and I've already coached. I had somebody that wanted to buy it preferred. Like, I went through the options. Now she could save money, blah, blah, blah. She said, no, I'd rather be a customer. So I have written in my calendar the time by which I need to coach her how to go in and turn her subscription off. So we're just going to try it. Subscription on, subscription off, subscription on, subscription off. And like, cause I think what's going to happen is if she loves it, I think she's going to be willing to buy as an ambassador anyway. So it's almost like she's temporarily being a retail customer.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's all I'm going to do for now. I'm going to get her to turn it off.
So she has a subscription as a preferred customer with Joyome that's scheduled to come every month. Is that what you're saying? But then after 15 days, you'll have it turn it off. So that way it doesn't come the next month. It'll, then she will. Or?
And I say turn it off, but actually what I'm hoping is that the next calendar will appear and we'll just have to fast forward the date. That's what I'm hoping will happen.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
So when you sign up a preferred customer, they can't do anything for 15 days, right?
Yes, I did know that. Yes.
So what I'm hoping is that, like, I'm going to wait till it's closer to like 25 days. And I'm going to say, okay, let's go in and see what it says and see if there's a calendar there. And then just get her to bump it ahead.
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. I have an ambassador that's just doing Joyome and she's not interested in the business. And we did not set up her subscription when she signed up, which I don't recommend doing, okay, because it's hard to keep track of. But for now, that's what we did.
Yeah. Until
I found out what was going to happen at convention. And then I've just got a reminder on my phone, contact Natalie, make sure, you know, that we get that subscription turned back on. A, so she doesn't run out of Joyome because she loves it. And B, just to keep her on track, right? Yeah. Cool. Awesome. So everybody has homework, everybody, that's including me. And we're going to post those messages, screenshot them and put them in the comments of this video. I'll upload this to YouTube right afterwards so people can see it. They missed it. And remember, it's okay to do it scared. It's okay to hit enter scared. And it's also okay to ask for help. Don't find yourself buried under the blankets because you're scared to send a message or you're scared that you're not doing it properly. Because there are people here who can help you out. You saw that tonight, right? People have all kinds of great stuff to contribute. So let's do it. Okay. Eek. Awesome. Okay, well, have a good week, everybody. I'm really weird tonight. I'm sorry. Okay. Talk to you later. Bye.